Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. It's already been a month now since Star Wars Episode 7 is released in theater, and for me, it was absolutely amazing. While The Force Awakens answered a lot of questions for us, and thank God it did, it also left us with a lot of unanswered questions, which of course was inevitable. One of the biggest question mark it left hanging above my head was the new villain, Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, even before Episode 7 was released, fans have been going crazy about a huge and popular theory. The theory that Snoke might be Darth Plagueis the Wise. Of course, there are going to be spoilers in this video, so you have been warned. So if you're watching this video and you do not know who Darth Plagueis is, don't worry, let me give you the necessary background information. In Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, in that one trippy opera scene, Chancellor Palpatine and Anakin have a little meetup in which Palpatine tells Anakin about Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis was so wise with the Force that he was able to control life and death by influencing the midichlorians. He was so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power. Which of course happened when his apprentice killed him in his sleep, and the apprentice being Darth Sidious himself. Fun fact, this actually happened somewhere during Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So Darth Plagueis was the Sith Master of the Emperor himself. Now you might be wondering by now, why is it that people are thinking Snoke is Darth Plagueis? He's dead. So this is where the fun begins. Let's line up some facts about both characters. Darth Plagueis was a Moon Sith Lord. Snoke's species is unknown or unrecognizable by all of his scars. Darth Plagueis was killed before the Clone Wars, and Snoke is said to live through the Clone Wars, obviously. Darth Plagueis was nicknamed the Wise, and Snoke has been referred to as very wise during The Force Awakens multiple times. So how can Snoke be Plagueis when he was killed by Darth Sidious? Well, Plagueis had such knowledge of the dark side of the Force, granting him the ability to become one with the Force, as we have seen with some of the other Jedis, like Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Yoda, and Darth Vader himself. Plagueis left his physical self to become a Force entity, thus becoming immortal. After centuries of wandering and spectating the galaxy far, far away, Plagueis regenerated his strength and started taking back physical form. But in order to do this, he needed Force artifacts from Force users to regain his strength. This explains how he acquired Darth Vader's helmet and afterwards gave it to Kylo Ren. Since he left his previous physical body, he has not been restrained to his former species, Moon. As depicted in The Force Awakens, Snoke is very battle-torn and a scarred person. But if you look at his scars a little bit better, you see that he has very similar scars to the old Anakin in Return of the Jedi. This means that if this theory is correct, he has indeed been sapping Darth Vader's Force leftovers and also taking some of his physical markings with him. But isn't this just all a little far-fetched? Well, let me point out one more thing. Anakin Skywalker never had a father. He was conceived by midichlorians and is kinda like a Force Jesus. But, as we just learned, Plagueis had such knowledge of the Force that he could use the midichlorians to create life. This means Plagueis fingerbangs me Skywalker. So, why did Plagueis do all of this? The Sith have sworn to annihilate the Jedi, so their Sith religion will be the only absolute. Think about it. Plagueis was wise in the Force, but like Einstein or Isaac Newton, he wasn't a people person, but his apprentice Chief Palpatine was. That's why he made him an active member of the Galactic Senate, making him overthrow the Republic and the Jedi. Knowing that history will repeat itself, because like every former Sith Master, he gets killed by his apprentice. He kinda created Anakin to serve as a Force catalyst or container for when he needs to regain his strength. But how would he know that Anakin would be trained in the dark arts, in his ways? Well, this was the role of Darth Sidious. So when he was slain in his sleep by his apprentice, he became a Force entity who could guide Anakin's path unknowingly by Anakin, of course. Throughout the prequels, the Jedi repeated frequently, the dark side of the Force is corrupting the Senate. So, this is also why they are not able to figure out Palpatine is a Sith Lord, because his Force powers weren't really that great. It was actually Plagueis' presence they were feeling around Anakin Skywalker as he entered the Republic Senate. So let's speed things up to The Force Awakens. The Jedi annihilated all but one, Darth Sidious is killed, and Darth Vader is dead. It's the perfect time for Plagueis to start regaining a physical body. His apprentice Darth Sidious killed all the Jedis for him with his cunning politics, and he also trained a Force juggernaut called Darth Vader, a Force powerful enough to sap its energy from to remake a physical body for Plagueis himself. And also, he left behind 3 more Skywalkers, maybe 4. Already being in possession of one, he is preparing to train a lethal Sith army containing nothing but his own legacy. I think this is also why they are looking for Luke, because Snoke needs his Force essence to regain his own strength, or he just wants to add him to his Skywalker collection. So is Supreme Leader Snoke Darth Plagueis the Wise? Only time can tell. I for one would find it really awesome if Snoke is connected to Plagueis in any way, because this would tie knots to the prequels and the sequels directly. I personally don't think this will be the case, since I don't think Disney and or Star Wars scriptwriters want to tie knots to the prequels or the previous Star Wars lore. There's a high possibility, guys, that Snoke is just a new villain who does have ties with the dark side of the Force, kinda like Maz Kanata has with the light side. But, like I just said, only time will tell. Thank you guys for watching. I would love to discuss this with you guys in the comments. Again, these are my thoughts and my speculations on the subject, so if you have any questions or reactions, do so in a mature way. As ever, may the Force be with you. Hasero out.